back with more Walking Dead. This is episode 6 of season 10, and I'm really excited to carry on with the season and see what's going to happen next. Really enjoyed the last episode, particularly the stuff we got with like Negan and Brandon and that whole kind of crazy mess. And yeah, they've set up some interesting things, I think, for the rest of this season. You know, Alpha and Gamma seem to maybe have plans for Aaron. Siddiq's still struggling, Carol's still struggling, everyone's, you know, going through some stuff. You know, Ezekiel has cancer. It's a lot of heavy shit. And yeah, we've only got, what, 3 more episodes until the mid-season finale, including this one. It's kind of nuts, like, this season's flying by, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm looking forward to seeing where we're going to take the story next. So without further ado, let's get into the next one.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna do another sweep for Negan.
Cool. You want company?
I don't think she did, but she's got it.
You don't tell me what we're really looking for.
He knows you too well.
Don't you think we make a bitching couple?
Son, I would break you like a twig.
I'll say, Cheryl.
You
Have some boundaries. Okay. My bad.
Well, the Whispers have borders, so...
And if you need me to peek a Rosita later, just say the word. Happy to, you know, make sure she's on the mend. That's one of those boundaries again.
Yeah.
If you spot something, you're gonna need me to track it, right?
I don't know. Picked up a few things over the years.
Yeah, we'll see.
She has come a long way.
Honestly, fellas.
Oh.
Long John's with a laugh. Pull your tits there, Jolly Green Giant. No, and I will spill every goddamn secret I know.
Oh no. Oh no.
You haven't lived till you bounce the transmission off the ionosphere. Gives me goose flesh each and every time.
Well, it sounds really cool, Eugene.
No expiration on that invite, though.
Cool. Thanks. Have fun.
Aww. I feel like he's a bit lonely.
Just wanted to see what you were up to. I figured I'd call. But I'm also running 102-degree fever, so could just be delirious.
Oh,
What sort of ailments are we wrestling with?
Just a bug, I'll be fine.
I'm nervous about
Coco's okay.
her being ill.
Do you want me to call you this afternoon?
Are radio waves sinusoidal?
Yes.
Yes.
Aww.
How was Hillcat?
It's fine. King sense is best.
Connie fine too? What? You see things.
It's not like that.
No?
Not at all.
Yes, it is.
Well, then why not?
What's the matter?
Because it does.
Because they can't decide whether they want Daryl and Connie or Daryl and Carol, I'm guessing.
There's past Daryl. You're better already.
Aww.
I'm hungry. You have food?
Okay.
I do love their bond. I feel like she's hiding something in the bag that she doesn't want him to see. Looks like a student night out to me.
Your questioning of my judgment has become a regular occurrence.
He's busy.
It has, to be fair.
To Alpha or to Beta?
Oh shit.
Slide her little omega on the side. There's something about that whole bald head thing that just tightens my britches.
Oh my god. He's so much fun to watch.
Gabriel, hold on. We all go to the infirmary. Yeah?
Aww, what a fun family outing. Oh no, he's waiting for her to call.
Alright, we do this. We're gonna be smart about it. None of this running off in the middle of the night. No backup, just us stuff, alright?
Yes.
You know, we mess this up, everyone else is gonna pay for it, right?
That's what makes me nervous.
I keep paying no matter what side of the
It's
line.
nearly the mid-season finale.
I didn't bring the gun, Daryl.
I guess that's good. I didn't bring the gun because I brought a different gun. Oh god. No. Skinning 101. Could be worse, this could be easy street playing. I don't know if Negan's just trying to like get on the inside to like take them down, or if he actually wants to join them. He might just like being part of a group again, even if he's not like the leader. At least he's not in a cell. And he did all of that in a leather jacket. Fair play.
Damn it, man, this is why I said I shouldn't leave.
It's trying to...
Oh boy. So is everyone getting sick because of what they're doing to the water supply?
Whatever you say, boss.
He wanted him to start a fight, didn't he? Already making friends.
Tater bug.
Huh?
I receive you loud and clear.
Shit.
Are you really out there?
Is this... Was that them from the end of last season? Or was that someone else? Oh. Come on, Carol. Oh.
A Lone Star child at heart, I was born in the shadows of Big D. That's a well-worn nickname for Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, I picked up on that. I grew up in Pennsylvania, a small town called Strasburg.
Dubious as it may seem, I know
She's just a small town girl. Oh, that's the trouble. They can't like. Yeah. They can't just simply use their weapons, can they? Oh my god. Okay. You know, everyone should just wear gloves. Oh, that's so creepy.
In this world, most don't get the luxury of drifting off in a nice, comfy bed. I should be so lucky.
Yes, that's true. Sadly.
I appreciate your help. You should. I'm kind of amazing. Get some rest,
This
boss.
guy. You go to sleep? Oh dear.
You are a waste. Now for. Let's see. Some cards on the
I
table.
don't know.
You won't be going anywhere.
Oh.
Wait a minute, you just make a goddamn joke? I would be impressed if you wasn't so pissed off right now. You've got to be shitting me.
Time to run. And we have a prisoner.
The hell is it?
He saw me. We can take him back, see what he knows.
Oh man. Well, that's not gonna be good if Alpha finds out.
Come on, we don't have time to argue. It's time.
Oh dear. Oh, I don't want there to be tension between those two.
It's been great, honestly. But I don't really know you. You might be a threat.
Oh.
Maybe it's better if we just let this be
Oh, Eugene.
What if I were to share specifics?
Uh,
I have a twinge in my belly that says you lean toward the good column of the alignment chart. I do know you.
oh, I hope that's right. Ask her if she wears skin on her face.
I expected more.
You must rest better as one of the dead. Ready for my goddamn skin
Yeah.
You best bring that extra
Oh, man.
measure on account of my humongous balls. Whatever I got,
Oh, man.
it's yours.
Shit. I don't think I'd buy it, but... Oh boy. Okay, really good episode. I really liked that one a lot. I enjoyed the focus on Carol and Daryl and their kind of relationship, showing how far they've both come, you know. And maybe a hint of tension there with the fact that, you know, Carol clearly had like these ties and stuff on her person. And she didn't kind of open up to Daryl about that and wasn't fully truthful with him. I don't know if that's going to bother him or that's going to be a cause for concern or maybe a fight they're going to have in the future. Because this episode's called Bonds, I think, and it'd be interesting if the bonds that have been examined in this episode are then later tested. And I think Carol and Daryl is one of the strongest bonds in the show, and they have such a great kind of dynamic with the two of them. Be interesting to see where they might go with like possible tension there, and the fact that Carol being like hell-bent for revenge on Alpha for everything that happened. Is that going to come between, you know, some of her meaningful relationships? It could be quite interesting with that. And yeah, that whole mission to kind of cross the borders and search for the Horde. Ultimately, it was like, did it lead anywhere? But they do have this prisoner now, so I'm intrigued as to where that's going to go and what they're going to do with him and everything with that. But that moment where Daryl was like covered himself in blood and then that whisper was there in the background, like whispering, so creepy. I just the idea behind the whispers, I think, is so cool and really, really creepy, and I really, really love them as villains. So there's like a lot of atmosphere to those kind of sequences and stuff like that. And I'm intrigued as to where they might go with Carol having a prisoner and how everyone might react to that if she has to tell everyone about it. You know, I don't think Michonne would be best pleased that they've like crossed the borders and brought someone back, because it's just another thing that could start a huge war. We still have the whole Carol killing a whisper out there, and I don't think even she knows that really. So yeah, there's a lot of kind of little things that might come back and escalate this war, you know, crazily, especially with Negan getting involved in the Whisperers too. So yeah, with those two, it was nice to kind of see them have like some nice friendship moments when they were just like gossiping and stuff like that. But there's also maybe signs it's going to be tested in future, which would be interesting. And then everything with Dante and Siddiq and all of that. I still don't know about Dante. Sometimes I really like him, sometimes I'm like, ugh, you're so weird and creepy. But I think that's just who he is. But he does seem to genuinely care about people. Obviously he's a doctor, so he must have some level of empathy and sympathy in that respect. He does seem, you know, very fond of Siddiq and cares for him and stuff. I really do like the kind of friendship those two have struck up. And obviously Siddiq's very much still struggling. I don't know what they were hinting at with that final scene when he like fell asleep and then he like woke up and he was outside. I don't know if he was actually dreaming that or he literally was like sleepwalking. Then he came to and he was just walking outside with Coco. I don't know if that was what they were hinting at. And if so, maybe while he was sleepwalking, did he let Negan out? We still don't know who actually let him free. So that could be interesting if they explored that a bit more. But clearly he's very, very traumatised by everything that went down at the end of last season. And I love that they're continuing to give him a lot of focus. Because, you know, this is the guy that Carl died saving and bringing to Alexandria. So the fact that he's still having a lot of like focus and he's at the forefront of, you know, some of these stories in The Walking Dead is still really, really nice to see. It's kind of like Carl's legacy is still getting a lot of focus, unless they just kill him. Watch him die next week. Now I've said that. Fuck. Maybe mid-season finale, actually. We still have 2 left. Hopefully not though, because I really like Siddiq, and I think they're doing some really interesting stuff with him. Seeing him it's not nice seeing him suffer, but it's interesting, if you know what I mean. And yeah, just Dante trying to help out, and this whole sickness spreading is interesting. I think it might be coming from what we saw Gamma doing in the last episode with the water supply. People are just drinking from that and getting sick, because maybe they've been doing that for a little while, you know. So that could be the reason behind that, but I am concerned that people don't seem to be getting better and it's just getting worse and worse. I'm concerned for Rosita in that respect. And I also liked the brief moments of bond we got with Rosita and Eugene. So obviously they have a very long-term bond as well, those two on the show. Because when we first saw them in season 4, you know, they knew each other already then. They've known each other for all this time now, and obviously there's been time jumps and all sorts. So they've known each other for a very long time. And we obviously had that tension with them a couple of episodes ago, where Rosita was kind of shutting down his feelings. But she did seem to really miss him and was, you know, happy to hear his voice, and he was happy to hear hers. And obviously he probably thinks that she just left him in the lurch again when she was actually just sickening in the infirmary. So that's kind of sad. But he's now struck up this connection with this other woman over the radio. It was nice to see him form this bond with someone so naturally and organically. They did seem to have a really nice chemistry even over the radio, and it was nice just to see him happy and smiling. And I think they literally talked throughout the whole night, because it seemed really light outside when he finished talking to her. So I'm sure that's going to be a thing. I don't know whether we can trust this woman on the other end, or if it's going to be a big thing. I thought they might just the camera just pans to this woman on the radio and she's just a whisperer. So I don't know where they're going to go with that. Potentially someone Eugene can kind of get over Rosita with, maybe. It would be nice for him to actually find someone who is interested in him. But it was nice him kind of reminiscing about his life with her and having a nice connection. It was a nice kind of break from the heavy stuff in the episode as well. So I did enjoy that, and I'm excited to see where they go with that. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. Then I think the other big thing of note was the whole Negan situation with the Whisperers, him interacting with Beta. Really, really good stuff, really funny. Seeing him try and work and get on the side, and he's completely honest then at the end about his intentions, and he just, you know, he's there for Alpha to win her over, I guess. I don't know if he was just getting inside information to I don't know if he's a double agent or something, and he actually wants to prove himself to the people of Alexandria, if he goes back with intel, or if he just is screw those guys, I'm going to help you now, even if he has to wear a face. I don't know if he'll actually come down to doing that. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm intrigued by that. I did enjoy those scenes a lot. You know, Negan's such a fun character to watch. He has some brilliant lines. And him, you know, joining the Whisperers would be an interesting thing to explore. I don't know how long I'd want that to go on for. And if it's a permanent thing, I'd be a bit... But I don't think it is. I just don't see Negan lasting as a Whisperer for very long. So I am intrigued as to where they're going to go with that. And we're seeing Beta get more and more jealous, really, and doubt Alpha a lot more. So there's a lot of tension with those two as well. And I feel it's all leading to something quite cataclysmic, potentially, in the mid-season finale. So I don't think we've really lost anyone major this season. And the mid-season finale might be the time to have some shock deaths or whatever. Or maybe they just won't kill anyone. Who knows? Not everyone has to die in a mid-season finale or whatever for it to be dramatic. Maybe it's just going to be the kick-starting of this huge war. I have to wait and see, but I am intrigued as to where they're going to go with it. I'm very excited. But overall, I thought this was a really, really solid episode. Some really good stuff going on. As we get closer and closer to the mid-season finale, I'm very excited to see what they're going to do with the next 2 episodes. Yeah, really good stuff. And I'm excited to see where the season's going to go next. As we build up to, you know, the show going off air for a month or 2 in between Christmas and New Year. So I'm really excited. I'm really enjoying this season so far, quite a bit. And yeah, really good episode overall. And until my next reaction, thanks for watching.